We, as you guys have been here, have seen, our team's been working the crime scene, been interviewing any potential witnesses, working with our medical examiner to make sure that the victims were removed and taken to the medical examiner complex. In addition, we also were able to notify the next of kin to the victims, and so we're going to identify the victims at this time. Glenda Mae Terwilliger, 63 years of age. Michael Andrew Watson, 36 years of age. Constance Marie Terwilliger, 35 years of age. And Kiera Terwilliger, 15 years of age. We spoke earlier about there were two additional children in the house, a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old. Thankfully, they were unharmed. They are in protective care, and we are blessed that they did not fall victim as well. Our thoughts and prayers are with this family and their next of kin and this community, this neighborhood. And we've been working diligently to identify the perpetrator in this crime. And what I will tell you is that about an hour ago, our agents arrested Domenico Claude Gigante. He's 36, out of Rockledge. He was charged with 4 counts of premeditated first-degree murder. His warrant was signed by Judge David Koenig, who obviously gave him no bond. And folks, I'm going to tell you, this is an extremely violent individual with an extremely violent past. This individual should have never been out on our streets where he could harm someone else. When I talk about a violent past, what I will tell you is that his history of violence dates back to 2005, where he was arrested for domestic violence and battery. In 2008, he was arrested on multiple counts of animal cruelty. And then in 2012, aggravated battery and aggravated assault, aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. So as I said, this is an extremely violent individual that had no place out here on our streets. The other thing that I will tell you, and you've heard me say this a lot because we put so much emphasis on animal abuse, this is a perfect example of why. I tell people all the time, if you're evil enough to harm an animal, you're evil enough to harm a human. And unfortunately, the exclamation point has been put on that statement today with the loss of 4 of our citizens that were shot and killed by this individual. I'll tell you that our team has been out all day working this as we look at his criminal history. Not only did we have road rage incidents, but we also had this individual that literally slammed a dog's head on a table and then broke his neck with his bare hands, threw him against the wall, and stabbed another dog. So that's the level of violence that this individual possesses. We were able to develop him as a suspect through various leads and items of evidence that we were able to put together. He is the biological father of Kiera, who is our 15-year-old victim, and also formerly in a relationship with Constance. He is currently being transported to the Brevard County Jail, where he will be held on no bond, and he is behind bars where he can't harm anyone else. I want to take a minute, and our commander of our Criminal Investigative Services is here with me, also our chief deputy, and the team is still, as you guys can see behind me, but from crime scene to our agents to everybody, our general crimes unit, the first deputies that responded, the reportee who got the video this morning, the video chat from one of our young victims, and took every step to protect not only those 2 little kids, but also get us here and let us start doing what we're doing. This has been a long process. Started at 1:55 this morning. We are still processing this scene as well as another scene at the suspect's home. So we are continuing through the night. I cannot commend our team enough for being able to get this violent individual off the street so quickly, so that everybody else is safe from his violence. We will continue to provide you updates as we go, and just please, everybody, keep this family in your thoughts and prayers, and keep our community in your thoughts and prayers. I'll take any questions you guys may have.
Do we know how the victims were killed?
The victims, I won't go into all the details, but I can tell you they were gunshot. All of the victims had gunshot wounds.
Sheriff, how long did it take you to realize that you all had a suspect you were looking for?
I would say by the time we started processing the scene, because we had a delay there while we were getting the search warrant. So shortly after we started processing that scene, our team, through various investigative leads and the things that they were looking for, led us to him. So I would say, earlier this morning, and then our team had put surveillance on him, and we were able to get him into custody.
Sheriff, do we know a possible motive here?
Possible motive at this time, we do not. I can tell you that, as I said earlier, he was the biological father of the 15-year-old, and so I would imagine in some capacity this is domestic related.
When was
Did he
taken
live
into
here in the
custody?
house?
I'm sorry?
Did the suspect live here in the house?
No, he lived in Rockledge.
When was he taken into custody?
I would say probably around 2 or 3 this afternoon, 2:30 this afternoon.
He was at his house. He was arrested, or
He was originally approached at his house, and then our team took it from there.
did the surviving children, help provide any leads to where?
You know, I'm not going to go into that. Obviously, our concern at this point is for not only their physical protection, but also their emotional and mental protection. They've been through just a horrific ordeal that none of us can really imagine, having not been there. So we're going to kind of stand back on what their statements are. But I will tell you that I'm very thankful that they are unharmed. And again, a shout out to our partners at Brevard County Fire Rescue that took these kids and made sure they were safe.
How many people lived in the house, and what's the relationship everybody had? You went over Constance and Kiera. What's everybody's relationship, and how many people lived here?
Sure. So Ms. Terwilliger, that is 63 years old, Glenda May, she is the grandmother. And then Michael Watson and Constance were a couple. They were a domestic couple. And then Kiera is the daughter of Constance, and again, the biological daughter of the suspect.
And
Were
the
the
kids?
two younger children related to?
Yeah, the two younger kids, do you know their relation?
They are the children of Candace and Mr. Watson.
So the children of Candace and Mr. Watson.
Can we get an age and a spelling of the suspect's name for the record?
Sure, he's 36 years old, and it's Domenico, Domenico. Claude is the middle name, and the last name is Gigante.
The person who reported this and came to check on the two younger children, do we know how he's connected, how he's related to all these?
We do, but I'm not going to go into that at this point. I will just say that he's a friend that the child knew how to contact and was able to get here to help him.
Do we have a suspect's weapon?
We haven't at this time. We are still, again, we're hours from when this originally occurred, but now we have another crime scene that we're searching as well, and so our team will develop further evidence as we go. I'm sorry?
Ethnicity for Dominicos, is it Spanish?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Suspect?
Yeah, I'm not sure what his nationality is.
You said there's a second crime scene you're searching. Is that the suspect's home
It
in
is.
Rockledge?
Yes.
Is he currently on probation for any of those prior charges?
Not that we know of. No.
How many chances should someone get?
I mean, we just saw over in our neighboring county, Orange County, an individual with an extremely violent criminal history that the criminal justice system failed to hold accountable. Here's an individual in our county now that the criminal justice system has failed to hold accountable. And so when's enough enough? I'm thankful that our state attorney is working with us on our cases to make sure we're getting them behind bars. We have a judge corps that we work with every day to explain the violence, the drug greed, everything else that's out there. So when's enough's enough? These individuals, you need to be locked up. If you're this violent, where you have road rage and killing animals and everything else, you should be locked up behind bars where you can't hurt anybody else.
When did those, you went through his history a little bit, when did that start?
So the first arrest was in 2005, and then in 2008, and then 2012. And you can see that steady progression of violence that's taking place. And again, when we arrest somebody for animal abuse, there's not a time that we arrest somebody for animal abuse that I don't say, if you can do this to an animal, you can do it to a human. And again, this is the exclamation point on that.
Have you all made calls to this house in the past, or is this the first time?
Not that I'm aware of. Again, we're still trying to put all these pieces together. Our main focus was trying to get him off the street and locked up.
And he's charged with premeditated.
Four counts of premeditated first-degree murder.
What was the indication? How did they come to that charge?
The four homicides that he committed. Anything else?
Any idea why he came here to do this? What his motive was?
Not at this time. And again, we're still trying to sift through everything. So We will try and provide you guys with more updates as we go, either through our social media or if you guys are still present here. But we appreciate your patience. And again, this community has been disrupted and their hearts broken with something like this taking place. So we appreciate them working with us to get all this done. So, all right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.